Okay, here's part two. I got the okay from my client to go ahead with the overhaul after I gave him the estimate, and it is right now in the cleaner. It's going to be cleaned 3 times. The first time it gets cleaned is just so I can see things. I always clean it before I take them apart, so that way it keeps just things neater, you know. For me, a neat freak I'm not, but I try to keep it under control, you know. So let's see what the movement looks like. Okay, it's just out of the cleaner. It's time to find out how how explosive this is going to be as far as the mainsprings here. And let's go in here, open them up. Now, before I do that, I do have assembly clamps on them, legs, whatever you want to call them. I did also have a pendulum wire for it. It was in the box, and I do want to show that after the first cleaning, all the black marks are gone, which is not a big deal. Every time it gets cleaned, it'll get a little bit nicer and nicer and nicer. This one was just put it in and go. Anyway, I have the hammer and now the pendulum wire in my little tuna can. So next thing I want to do is I want to get the pressure off these springs. I'm going to let them down in the wire ties now. I'm trying to, really don't want to, maybe I'll do that. All right, this one isn't broken, so I'm gonna get that in. See if I can get this off. Okay, now get this. I'll let this down. A couple things you need. I know there's people here just starting out and they want to learn. A letdown tool is really important. It saves a multitude of problems. I'm gonna pull this clip up and out. I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna move it up here, but I moved the clip wire, the click wire out, the click spring out. Now with it open, I'm holding pressure on the handle. I'm going to let it out little by little, and then so all the pressure is now off. And then the next thing I'm going to do is, I may have this on and off a couple times, but this click wire is going back on because I don't want it coming out any more than it already is. So the click wire is back in there. Now this is going to be the excitement. I probably should have just used, once it's cleaned and I cleaned it, nah, you know what, I'm not going to. I'm going to use the band that's in there. I'm not going to mess with this. So let's get this out of there. Excuse my head. I have to be able to see. All right. Okay. Being a little bit careful with this one. This one I'm not going to put the click back on yet. Well, I don't know where that's broken in there, but it was definitely broken. I think it's now buried up in here somewhere. And that's what I thought I might be able to get away with it, but I wasn't sure. And now that I can move my feet around a little bit, And then we're gonna evaluate and put our marks on here, what bushings need to get done. And then I'm gonna end the video. At that point, we'll take it apart in the next session and start doing the work, because once I'm gonna go through, look what bushings need to be done. Then, just to recap, we're going to, maybe I'll take the springs out now, but the rest of it we'll start doing on the next video. And I guess first thing I should do, find out which, I like to set up my tools. Where am I here? I'd like to set up my tools right before I get too far into it, because maybe better off. There it is. Like I know I have one around here. All right, so now I have that set up. Let's go through the bushings. Bushings are easiest done when the springs are let down anyway. Okay, that's it running. So it's wearing this way. Wow. This one's really, it's still really dirty, but this bushing was done. Let me some oil in there. I really need to see whether it needs to be done again. I am going to redress it because it was just a little bit. See some of this. This is a better one. Thought so. All right. I'm going to redress this, because it's just wrong in the back here. That bushing doesn't need to be done, but it needs to be redressed, so it needs some attention. This bushing here needs to be redressed as well. It's like he was putting them in backwards, but I don't know. As long as it looks all right. I want champering inside too, so it helps for end shake. You want your wheels to do this freely, because if they don't, they will bound up even with good bushings. This one, it's like he tried to slip bushings inside bushings. Well, we'll dress this one too. Wearing this way. And this looks good. Let's see the other side. This one needs to be redressed. I'm going to circle it. All the ones that need to be redressed. Looked like they were done, but I don't like them. This one's not done, but it's wearing this way. Wearing this way. That looks like we're good. Other than that, I am going to circle the ones I want done, redressed. Okay, so it looks like 1, 2, 3 on this side and 1 redress. And we got 1, 2 bushings and 3 redress bushings on this side. So now we can go ahead and start. We can get the springs out of here. Yeah, these aren't too bad. Lots of times you have a little, they roll over, these teeth roll over a little bit. One of these I'm going to do a video on that, just to show you what you should do when you have them, like before they get too bad. If I have any bad ones, I'll do it. I'll address it here in this one. But it has to do with an anvil and a good ball peen hammer. And it's it's caused by bushing wear. And the bushing, when the bushings start to wear, they start pushing these teeth into the cogs at a funny angle, and so you get this rollover. Now it happens a lot on the big spring wheel, but that's going into this cog, and it's because this, most of the time it's because this bushing is bad, and it's the second wheel bushing bad, and it's pushing in there and it's making it wear weird. Anyway, so I'm getting to the point here where I'm going to be able to take these springs apart. Okay, now before I do that, this Thomas is a little bit different. Most people have their nuts and their screws on this side of the plate. You know, I actually kind of like this because it's what we call nose down, and so I do like that. So anyway, I'm going to give you one more hint here. For those of you that are just starting out, it is absolutely fine, perfect, to just put a mark on your wheels facing up. So when you're going to put it back together again, they will come off in the cleaning, but especially now when I show you this, I'm gonna really tell you, you need to do this for the count wheel, because if you get the count wheel wrong, it will count backwards. And I know I've gone over it in previous videos, but I'm just going to do it today again. All right, where's my hook? I just had, oh, there's my hook. All right, be gentle in here. It's a real pain in the butt if you have to do these, rewrap these springs, so just be gentle. They only get so many wraps and they break. And then next thing you know, you're, I'll show you when I get them out. Let me get out of here. I got one down here too. And they're double wrapped. Now this one isn't single wrapped. So I may have broken at some other point in time. And just get that spring out of the way. Okay. So People ask me all the time, so how do you know where to put, there's a couple holes here. On this movement in particular, there's actually 2 holes down here because you can actually add a bell. Back then, they could add a bell. I'm not going to add a bell now, but anyway, but it's nice to come in here and mark the hole, just so you know which one it goes back to. You have a back hammer here, so you always know where the back hammer goes. But then you know to put it down in here, and it takes a little while to get there. There it goes. So now you're in position. Now I have these little black marks everywhere, okay? I'm gonna take the strike side wheel off, and then you're gonna have the count wheel below, and you're gonna need to, trying to keep this all together to do it. Okay, this clip, and this is really easy, you know, to clip, whatever, comes right off, and then the wheel comes off. And I got my little mark here, I'm gonna remark it in the center. And if you really want to do it the right way, put a little, oh, there's already a little S here. I'm going to put another one. All right, put a little S in. And what that's going to tell me is, it's this side up, okay? So somebody already put a little S here. I put a little black dot. Anyway, it's this side up, and you're ready to go. The other thing I can tell you is, the strike side, well, you certainly know that's on the strike side. That's the fan governor. Let's take a look at how that is. Now, we're going to pull it out and make sure it's cleaned. And when we're done, we'll put it back. We'll pull it out again. All right, so the strike side, other than, well, no, the second wheel too. Okay, so you have the first wheel, you have the second wheel. It's a little different than wheels you're going to see on the time side. So every strike side wheel has something different. It has this little pin. This one has this little extra cog. All right. This one has 2 pins, and it has this weird cam here, which is basically for striking. And so, you know, get used to the time side, the strike side that way, you know, and you can put it back together pretty easily because this cam goes to this. I'm going to get some of this stuff out of the way. This has a spring on the other side. I'm going to do that in a minute here. That goes there. And then it's basically, well, this one's bigger than this one. So this one goes next. And I got my little black dot, so I know it goes up. And then this one goes up too. And this one is the last one in the deal till you get to, goes right here. And then you get back to another weird thing. Strike side, all weird stuff. Okay, this side here, just if you want to think about it, I'm just getting some debris out of the way here. Let's get Mr. I think this is the bad spring here. I don't know. One of these are. Can't figure out which one, but one of them are. Okay. So when we get back to here, and I want to do this, but I want to get the spring out because I want to show you guys something. Okay. You're walking up steps like to a deck. All right. 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4. The highest step is the escapement wheel. Okay, so Look at it. Let me get it. All right. One step, put your foot up in this step, put your foot up on this step, put your foot up in that step. I hope I get that right for you. But anyway, that's a graduation up to the escapement, from the second wheel to the escapement. These guys are always the same. Okay, you got your hour tube. You got your hour wheel. And, I'm sorry, you have your minute tube, your hour wheel, and your hour tube. Let me get that out of the way. Hour tube. And so now, you're apart. Believe me when I tell you it only goes back one way. So don't be afraid to take these apart. So that now it's apart. Now everything will go in for its next cleaning. I went a little bit further than I was going to today, but I'm going to take these springs off. I'm going to prepare 2 brand new springs for this clock and clock movement, and then I will be back. I hope you enjoyed part 2. We'll be back with the monsters here as soon as I figure out how they're going to explode, because one of them is broken. One of them is broken. I don't know which one, but I'll tell you when I'm done. I can now put the click. Okay, take a little chance. Here's the click spring. It goes up and it clicks into the click. And then I get it down. There it is, down. Nice and nice. It's all set up now. It's all set up now. And then I go ahead and don't show you. All right. As I swing this baby around, it's a shame, but they're getting new springs. The clock, I think, had weak springs anyway. So, all right. So this is part 2. Part 3, you'll see it all re-cleaned again, and we'll be getting ready to do we'll be getting ready to do bushings. Long day. Gotta go. Talk to you later. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you in part 3.